the FBI's toughest agents burst into laughter when they first saw Dr. Maya Delgado. At 5'3" and 110 pounds, with thick glasses and a timid demeanor, she looked like she belonged in a university library rather than among federal law enforcement. "Is this our new profiler?" Agent Tony Richards whispered to his colleague. But when Maya entered the mind of the Chicago serial killer case, that shy librarian persona evaporated completely. Because the killer they'd been hunting for 10 years was actually one of Maya's former patients, and she had taught him how to kill. From which city in the world are you watching this story unfold today? If this tale of hidden strength resonates with you, subscribe to Stories of Honor for more stories of unrecognized heroes walking among us. Monday morning at the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit headquarters in Quantico, Virginia, was busy as usual. Veteran profiler agents were drinking coffee while discussing their latest cases, working on newly arrived files. The members of this elite unit were tasked with catching the country's most dangerous serial killers, requiring very special skills and experience. Unit Chief Aaron Mitchell emerged from his office with a file in hand and a serious expression. At 45, with 20 years of FBI experience, Mitchell had been running the BAU for 10 years. His team had absolute faith in him. "Team," Mitchell said, gesturing for them to gather in the conference room. "We have a new profiler joining us today." Agent Tony Richards, one of the BAU's most experienced profilers, frowned. At 38, the muscular man had been successfully solving the most complex cases for 12 years. "Someone new?" "What happened to Williams?" "Transferred to Washington," Mitchell replied. "Dr. Maya Delgado is replacing him. Psychology doctorate from Stanford, specialist in criminal psychology." Agent Luke Foster, 29 and the youngest BAU member, asked with a skeptical expression, "Does she have field experience?" "Very strong academic background," Mitchell said, not fully answering the question. "You'll meet her." At that moment, Dr. Maya Delgado was passing through the building's security checkpoint. 28 years old, of Mexican descent, her physical appearance didn't fit the FBI agent profile at all. At 5'3", slender build, thick-framed glasses and long black hair. She wore a simple blouse, dark pants, and flat shoes, completely academic in appearance. When Maya entered the conference room, conversation stopped. All eyes turned to her and the atmosphere immediately shifted. "Gentlemen," Mitchell said, standing up. "Meet Dr. Maya Delgado. Our new profiler." The silence lasted long. Agent Richards tried to smile but failed. Foster openly scrutinized Maya with suspicion. Agent Sam Cooper, a 42-year-old veteran profiler, gave no reaction, just observed. As Maya placed her bag on the table, she said softly, "Hello. I look forward to working with you." Richards turned to his friend Foster and whispered, "Is this our new profiler?" "She looks like a lost student." Foster, trying to suppress laughter, replied, "Maybe she got off on the wrong floor. The library is downstairs." Maya heard their whispers but didn't react. Years of experience had prepared her for such receptions. Mitchell tried to smooth the situation. "Dr. Delgado graduated with honors from Stanford. She has multiple publications in criminal psychology." "Publications?" Richards said, his voice carrying slight mockery. "Theoretical knowledge isn't enough in this job. You need to face real killers, get into their minds." Maya listened quietly, just as she had for years. "I understand," she said simply. Cooper finally spoke, "Dr. Delgado, have you ever been at a crime scene? Seen an autopsy report? Faced a serial killer?" Maya had expected these questions. "I have limited experience," she said carefully. "Limited," Richards repeated. "In this job, limited experience can be deadly. Both for you and for victims." Mitchell intervened, "Let's give Dr. Delgado a chance. Everyone starts somewhere." But Maya could feel the atmosphere in the room was against her. The male agents didn't see her as a serious colleague, only perceiving her as a burden imposed by the system. Maya was given a small office, the space previously used by profiler Williams. The walls were empty, the desk sterile. As she arranged her belongings, she noticed agents glancing at her as they passed in the hallway. During the first coffee break, when Maya went to the kitchen, she found Richards and Foster talking. "Are we really going to give her cases?" Foster was saying. "You can't catch serial killers with theoretical knowledge." "Mitchell's orders," Richards replied. "But she'll crash on the first big case." Maya quietly got her coffee and returned to her office. She was used to this situation, but it still hurt. At lunch, Mitchell called Maya to his office. "How's it going?" "Fine," Maya said, hiding the truth. "I'm trying to adjust." Mitchell looked at her closely. "Maya, there are some gaps in your file. Where were you before Stanford?" Maya hesitated for a moment. "I worked in various places. Consulting, research." "Which institutions?" "Most were confidential places." Mitchell understood he wouldn't get more information. "Okay. It might take some time for the team to get used to you." "That's normal." But Maya knew this wasn't a normal adjustment issue. This was systematic exclusion because she was a woman, looked young, and was considered inexperienced. On her third day, the case that would change everything arrived. An urgent call from Chicago Police Department, serial killer case. For victims, all young women, all killed in the same manner. Mitchell gathered the team. "We're going to Chicago. A serial killer called the Precision Killer. All victims killed the same way, very precise, surgical cuts." Richards immediately jumped in. "This case might be too complex for Dr. Delgado. Maybe someone else." "No," Mitchell said firmly. "Maya's coming too. This is a team effort." On the plane, while agents discussed case details among themselves, Maya quietly studied the files. Crime scene photos, autopsy reports, victim profiles, she read everything carefully. Richards noticed Maya looking at the files. "First time seeing such heavy images? Does it make you sick?" Maya looked up at him. "No. I'm used to it." "Used to it?" Foster laughed. "Did they show photos at university?" Maya didn't answer, returning to the files. But actually, these images seemed very familiar to her. Very familiar. At Chicago Police Department, Detective Ray Morgan met them. He was an experienced detective in his 50s. "I'm glad you came from the FBI," Morgan said. "This killer is 2 steps ahead of us. For victims, no traces." Mitchell introduced his team. When he got to Maya, Dr. Delgado, behavioral analyst. Morgan looked at Maya with open suspicion. "Heavy case for someone so young." "We can handle it," Mitchell said. At the first crime scene, the team began examining the victim's house. Richards and Foster examined technical details while Cooper did environmental analysis. When Maya entered the first victim's bedroom, she froze. The walls, cutting angles, blood distribution, everything seemed very familiar to her. Very, very familiar. "Dr. Delgado?" Detective Morgan came behind her. "Did you see something?" Maya took a deep breath. This is a very organized killer. Has medical knowledge. Someone with surgical experience." "Yes, we think so too," Morgan said. "But everyone says that. Is there something special?" Maya scanned the room again. Blood droplets on the left wall, victim's position, depth and angle of cuts. Her heart began beating rapidly. "This person uses their left hand," Maya said quietly. "And talks to victims before killing them. Gathering information." Richards approached. "How did you figure that out?" "Blood droplet positions. Movement pattern of someone left-handed. And..." Maya stopped. She was about to say too much. "And?" Morgan pressed. "Nothing. Just, this is very organized work." But Maya's mind held much more. This killer seemed very familiar to her. Because she had seen these methods before. 6 years ago, in a very different place, under very different conditions. That night in the hotel, Maya reviewed the files again alone in her room. Every detail, every photo, every report. Her heart was beating fast because she had noticed something. These murders reminded her of something. 6 years ago, in another country, during a covert operation. But then, the victims of those murders were bad guys. Now they were innocent people. She picked up her phone and called an old number. But the phone was disconnected. The number was no longer in use. The next morning, continuing crime scene analysis, Maya noticed more and more details. Richards and others accepted these details as normal technical findings, but Maya was looking from a different perspective. Dr. Delgado is very quiet, Foster said to Richards. Maybe this case is beyond her capacity. First big case, Richards replied. Normal. But Maya's silence was for another reason. She knew the killer. Or at least, she knew the person who had trained the killer. The third night, Maya dreamed of 6 years ago. A secret facility, CIA black site, Afghanistan. She worked under a different identity then. Not Dr. Maya Delgado, but Agent Jennifer Walsh. Psychological warfare specialist. In her dream, she saw herself interrogating a man using special techniques. This man had later escaped. And now, he seemed to be applying those techniques to innocent people. Maya woke up sweating. Her hands were trembling. Because now she was certain. The Chicago serial killer was the man she had let escape 6 years ago. And Maya was the one who had shown him interrogation techniques. At breakfast the next morning, Maya looked very pale. Cooper noticed her. "Are you okay, Dr. Delgado? You look sick." "I'm fine," Maya said, but her voice was trembling. Richards laughed. "First big case stress. Normal. You don't see such heavy things at university." Maya shot him a sharp look. "You speak very confidently about this." "Because I've been doing this job for 12 years, Richards replied. "While you've only been here 3 days." At that moment, Detective Morgan came with urgent news. A new victim was found. The fifth. At the crime scene, when Maya saw the new victim, she had no doubt left. This victim was different from the others. The killer had left a message this time. Next to the victim was a small piece of paper. "Doctor, do you remember me?" When Maya saw that paper, her knees gave out. Because that message was written to her. There was only one person who called her doctor, the man she had let escape 6 years ago. Richards saw Maya's reaction. "Did you see something, Dr. Delgado?" Maya tried to compose herself. This looks like a personal message." "To whom?" Maya hesitated. Telling the truth meant revealing her secret identity. But she had no other choice now. "To me," she said quietly. The FBI team couldn't understand Maya's words. Richards asked in shock, "To you? Do you know this killer?" Maya took a deep breath. She could no longer hide it. "Yes. I met him 6 years ago." Mitchell immediately intervened. "Maya, what are you talking about?" "In 2018, during a covert operation in Afghanistan," Maya said, her voice growing stronger. "I was working for the CIA then. I was a psychological warfare specialist. My code name was Agent Jennifer Walsh." The team looked at Maya in shock. Was this shy, inexperienced academic actually a CIA agent? "CIA?" Foster said in disbelief. "You were a CIA agent?" "For 6 years, Maya confirmed. I was tasked with interrogating high-value targets in black site operations. We used psychological pressure techniques." Richards stood with his mouth open. We thought you were just an academic." "My Stanford doctorate is real," Maya said. "But before going there, I worked in the field for 6 years. This killer is one of the men I interrogated then. Ricardo El Carnicero Vasquez. Mexican cartel member, also a torture specialist." Detective Morgan asked, "How did he escape?" Maya's face darkened. In 2018, there was an attack on the black site in Kabul. Vasquez and 2 friends escaped. I've been looking for him ever since. And now he's found you, Cooper said, understanding the seriousness of the situation. Maya nodded. He's applying the techniques I taught him to innocent people. This is my fault. The atmosphere in the room completely changed. The shy academic image had been completely shattered. In its place stood a professional agent with a dangerous, experienced past. Mitchell asked, Maya, why isn't your CIA file in FBI records? Because Jennifer Walsh died, Maya said. In the 2018 attack. Officially. The Maya Delgado identity was created afterward. Richards, still in shock, said, so while we were taking you so lightly, you were actually more experienced than us. That doesn't matter, Maya said. What matters is catching Vasquez. Because he won't stop. This is a game for him, revenge against me. Cooper asked, how will we find him? Maya had now returned to her old identity. The shy demeanor was gone, replaced by a determined, analytical professional. Vasquez has methods. He doesn't kill randomly. He follows a plan. He chooses victims carefully. Maya examined the crime scene photos again, but this time with different eyes. First 4 victims: Emily Harrison, 28, psychologist. Lisa Chen, 26, medical student. Sarah Martinez, 29, social service specialist. Angela Foster, 27, nurse. Foster noticed, they all work in healthcare. Yes, Maya said. And they're all young women like me. Vasquez is targeting me, but first choosing victims who resemble me. Richards asked, 5th victim, Jennifer Walsh, this can't be coincidence. It's not, Maya said. He's using my old code name. This is personal now. Mitchell turned to his team, we need Maya's experience. She knows Vasquez. But Maya had other concerns on her mind. Vasquez won't just take revenge. He's also trying to capture me. He's probably setting a trap. What kind of trap? Morgan asked. Maya closed her eyes, recreating memories from 6 years ago. Vasquez is very smart. He knows my psychology. He learned how I think, how I move. Now he's using that knowledge against me. The next day, Chicago Police Department received an anonymous call. Caller ID showed nothing, but the voice recording was clear. I want to speak with Dr. Maya Delgado, said a Spanish-accented voice. Tell her an old friend is calling. When Maya heard that voice, her whole body tensed. Vasquez. He wants to talk, Morgan said. Should we connect you? Yes, but trace the line. When the phone was connected to Maya, everyone in the room held their breath. Hola, Doctora, Vasquez's voice said. I missed you so much. Ricardo, Maya said, no fear in her voice. You finally came out. I couldn't keep hiding like you. You taught me so much, ¿recuerdas? I remember. And I remember you applying those techniques to innocent people. Vasquez laughed. Innocent? Are you innocent, Doctora? How many people did you kill with your techniques? Maya didn't answer this question. Because the answer was painful. What do you want, Ricardo? I want you, Doctora. Let's talk face to face. Talk about old times. Where? Ah, you were always impatient. I'll come to you. Very soon. The line went dead. After Maya hung up, the team looked at her. Richards was now taking her seriously. He's targeting you, Richards said. You need to be safe. No, Maya said firmly. He's waiting for me. This is our opportunity. Mitchell objected, Maya, this is very dangerous. He wants to kill you. Maybe. But he also wants to talk to me. He has his own traumas too. I didn't just teach him interrogation techniques at that black site. He was also my patient. Cooper asked, what do you mean? Maya took a deep breath. Before capturing Vasquez, he had been severely tortured by rival cartel members. I tried to treat him. We were both different people then. And now he's obsessed with you, Foster said. Yes. But this obsession makes him weak too. Causes him to make mistakes. Maya began planning. He knows me, but I know him too. I know how he thinks, how he moves. What do you suggest? Mitchell asked. I'll use myself as bait. But in a controlled way. Richards objected, this would be suicide. This man is an experienced killer. I was an experienced agent too, Maya said, now fully returned to her old identity. And I'm the only one who can stop him. Maya's plan was simple but risky. She would make herself an open target, allow Vasquez to reach her. But this time she would be prepared. That night, Maya waited alone in the motel room. The FBI team was positioned around the area but in invisible positions. They needed to sense Vasquez approaching. After midnight, the door slowly opened. Vasquez entered. He looked older and harsher than she remembered from 6 years ago. Doctora, he said smiling. Finally we meet again. Maya was sitting on the bed, coffee cup in her hands. She looked calm. Ricardo. You've changed a lot. So have you. You're no longer a CIA agent. Now you're just the FBI's little girl. Little girl? Maya smiled. You still underestimate me. Vasquez approached. Then show me what you learned. Maya put her cup on the table. First, I know you use your left hand. Second, FBI snipers targeted you the moment you entered the door. Third. Maya jumped up and attacked Vasquez. 6 years of CIA training kicked in. The movement was fast and effective. But Vasquez was prepared too. He defended and counterattacked. The fight was short but intense. Both were trained killers, but Maya had advantages, FBI support and knowing Vasquez. In the final blow, Maya neutralized Vasquez. The FBI team stormed into the room. When Vasquez was taken into custody, he looked at Maya and smiled. This isn't over, Doctora. There are many like me. I know, Maya said. But at least today you were stopped. Afterward, the FBI team began looking at Maya with different eyes. No one was underestimating her anymore. Richards approached her. Maya, I apologize. I misunderstood you. You all did, Maya said. But that's normal. People judge by appearance. Foster asked, what's your real name? Maya or Jennifer? Maya smiled. Both are real. Jennifer is my past, Maya is my present. Mitchell approached Maya. Will you stay with the BAU? Maya thought. Yes. But now with my real identity. A few weeks later, Maya's office walls now displayed her certificates and awards. CIA service medals, FBI commendations. No one saw her as an inexperienced academic anymore. Richards brought her coffee. We have a new case. Serial killer in Seattle. Let's see, Maya said, taking the file. This time we trust you, Richards said. You're the expert. Maya smiled. Thank you. But remember, I was always an expert. You just didn't want to see it. Foster approached. Maya, I'm curious. How was the transition from CIA to FBI? Maya looked out the window. Sometimes people try to escape their past. I tried to escape too. But the past always finds you. Do you regret it? Cooper asked. My past? No. What I learned at the CIA helped me save lives today. The only thing I regret is not telling you the truth sooner. Mitchell entered the office. Maya, they called from DC. Would you like to be the BAU's new psychological warfare consultant? Full authority. Maya considered this offer. What does this mean? You're not just a profiler anymore. you're also an expert in handling dangerous suspects. You'll take the lead on special cases." Richards laughed. "From little girl to unit lead. Fast promotion." Maya looked at him. "Tony, I was never a little girl. I was always a warrior. I just fought in different battlefields." 6 months later, Maya was now one of the BAU's most respected members. Special case files came to her: international terrorists, organized crime leaders, high-profile serial killers. One morning, a new FBI recruit came to Maya's office. A young woman who looked very nervous. "Dr. Delgado? I'm Agent Sarah Kim. I'm newly assigned to behavioral analysis." Maya looked at her and saw herself a few months ago. "Welcome, Sarah. Sit down." Sarah sat timidly. "Agent Richards told you I have an academic background. I have no field experience." Maya smiled. "Experience isn't always gained in the field. Sometimes the best experience comes from the most unexpected places." "Really?" "Yes. And remember this, the male agents here will test you. They'll underestimate you. But trust yourself. Because you were assigned here for a reason." Sarah relaxed. "Thank you, Dr. Delgado. Call me Maya. And Sarah, one piece of advice: never let anyone underestimate you. Sometimes the strongest weapon is people underestimating you." That evening, as Maya drove home, she thought about herself. Her journey hadn't been easy, from CIA black sites to FBI behavioral analysis. From Jennifer Walsh to Maya Delgado. But now she knew who she was. She had combined the strengths of both identities. CIA's tactical expertise with academic psychology knowledge. A message came to her phone: "Dr. Delgado, new high-profile case. Can you come to DC? Unit Chief Mitchell." Maya wrote back, "On my way." Getting in her car, she looked at herself in the mirror. She was no longer a shy academic. But she also wasn't just a tough CIA agent. She was a new identity that carried the best aspects of both. Because sometimes the strongest people are those who combine multiple identities. And sometimes, being underestimated by people is your greatest advantage. Maya smiled as she drove. No one was underestimating her anymore. But she had always been proud of herself, before coming to the FBI and after. Because being a warrior isn't about external appearance, but about inner strength. And Maya Delgado, or Jennifer Walsh, had always been a warrior.